Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the match review of Barcelona 2, Getafe 1. Barcelona have got the victory, an important 3 points that we said we needed to pick up before kick-off, and of course that does mean that we go into the international break with 7 points out of a possible 9 from our opening 3 games in La Liga, which is a good return. It is positive that we picked up those points, but the performance today, for me, was not good at all, and we certainly will have a lot to discuss today. Unconvincing from Koeman's Barcelona. Let's dissect it all. And let's actually kickstart with Ronald Koeman's team selection. This is what he went for. Quite a few surprises, quite a few changes maybe. In goal, ter Stegen did come back in, so that was the first start for him. Maybe looked a little bit shaky early on. Emerson actually started at right back. Araujo and Longley were at centre back as expected. Jordi Alba at left back. In midfield we did have Busquets, De Jong and Sergio Roberto as we did predict. And up front it was again Griezmann, Memphis and Martin Braithwaite. And kick-starting with that match action, it was the perfect start for Barcelona, and maybe we were thinking, hang on a minute, here we go again, back at the Camp Nou, more fun, another good result for Barcelona and another good win. It was a really early start for us, with about a minute played and Barcelona opened the scoring. Good ball out to Jordi Alba, who does really well again. I said in the preview, actually, that we can, keep using Alba's ability down the left-hand side. He is such a weapon in La Liga and in all football, really. So dangerous from that left-hand side. Really good pullback. It's actually Braithwaite who maybe gets a flick or just leaves it, dummies it well. And it's Sergio Roberto there who pops up with another goal. And to be fair to Roberto, from midfield, it does look like he is getting in better areas. It looks like that's a far more better position, I think, for him than right back for sure for us. And that is going to be valuable for us as the season goes on. That's now 2 goals and 1 assist in just 3 appearances for Roberto so far this season. That is, of course, with just 1 start in his knocker. So, good start for Barca and another goal for Roberto. But pretty soon after that, guys, the football kind of stopped from Barcelona and it never really came back. I kind of felt as if after the 10th minute, really, the performance wasn't inspiring at all. Barcelona, was starting to give away the ball. There was very little going forward. We didn't look dynamic in attack. We weren't beating players. We weren't getting the ball into the box. There wasn't enough really for me to get the crowd excited. Look, it wasn't an overall fun game to watch. And you know what? Not too soon after our first goal, I think about 20th minute, Getafe got their equaliser. I wouldn't say deserved, they weren't knocking on our door, but from our point of view, we weren't doing much either. And the goal from Getafe, in my opinion, is a really, really good goal. I think the defending from Barca isn't ideal. I think we can all agree on that. It's not great defending from Barcelona. We did have a bit of a mixed up back four, but I also felt as if the midfield didn't do nowhere near enough to protect them today. And that, of course, goes down again to our structure, to our tactical setup, which for me is just not adequate for top level football. But it's actually our old players, both from La Masia, Sandro and Aleñá, who linked up really well for this goal. Overall, really good play from Getafe down the left-hand side, but when it gets to Sandro, the 1-2 with Aleñá is very slick, and the finish back across ter Stegen is very good. I feel as if ter Stegen could have done better. He does cheat a bit to his left-hand side. That leaves the near post, the right-hand side, open for Sandro, who does slot it in there. But I think overall for Getafe, it's a good goal. Sandro celebrates. He did get a bit of the, the wrath of the crowd after that one. Certainly, he looked fired up for this one, the former Barca player, who, to be fair, he was kicked out. There's no reason he shouldn't be happy. But for Barcelona, more issues at the back, and we were pegged back pretty soon after we got our opener. Again, though, about 10-15 minutes later, Barcelona were back in front. As I mentioned, there wasn't all that much going on in the first half after the first minute, really, but we did get back in front, and obviously this is the match winner come the end of the game. Good play again from Barcelona. Busquets plays a really key role in this goal. He gets it through to De Jong. De Jong again, continuing that really good partnership with Memphis Depay, slots it through to him on the left-hand side. Depay kind of just stands up a few defenders and then waits and then just hits the ball into the near post. Very, very delicate finish from Memphis. He celebrates with the fans. They seem to really enjoy that. He seems to be, the new guy at the Camp Nou, really, who everyone's talking about. So for Memphis, great goal, important one for Barcelona, and we go 2-1 up. But after that, guys, I just don't really know what else I can comment on from Barcelona, because I don't really have many positives. Yes, there were a few chances, but really, Barcelona had barely any chances. We probably had 3 chances max in that game. At home to Getafe at the Camp Nou, it's just not acceptable. We barely created anything, and I could go on about this all video long. There wasn't much going on. Getafe themselves had a few chances. There was never a moment where you thought, oh my goodness me, how have they not scored that? But they did probe us a little bit, especially in that second half. They were strong. They did make life hard for Barcelona. But as I say, you guys, the rest of that first half after Memphis scored, barely anything happened. Nothing of note, guys, if I'm not mistaken. I think players like Griezmann, we've got to mention, just again, almost invisible today. Didn't get on the ball. He can't beat players. He wasn't, taking anyone on. He wasn't involving other players in the game either. Very good tracking back again. Fair play to him. But other than that, guys, even the fans I felt were getting on Griezmann's back today. And I feel as if after Messi left, we were expecting Griezmann to step up and start to take the mantelpiece really for this team, but he hasn't done that. I think you look at Braithwaite up front as well. You know, a player who can pop up with goals here and there, but for me, you know, Barcelona level, I don't think so, especially not if he's starting him left wing. Doesn't have enough in his locker, in my opinion. Like, look for the first goal, for example. He can pop up with good little moments, but I think if we're serious about competing in Europe and in La Liga, you know, we've got to start assembling a proper team here. You look in midfield, I do feel as if they didn't protect the defence well enough. De Jong looked lively. I think Roberto's actually playing really well so far this season in midfield, to be fair to him. Busquets, for me, gave the ball away far too much, and again, although the fact that he started quite deep, didn't protect the back line well enough. And then you actually look at that defence, I think again, you know, it's the usual culprits playing well. Araujo's very good. I thought Emerson had a really good game, actually, his first start. When Dest came on, I thought he was very good too. I think Albao's here and there. Longley is a player we can't ever really trust, I don't feel. And then we look at Koeman's substitutes, guys. You know, there was nothing inspiring there. I think he brought on Dest for Emerson, which is like for like. Then later on, he brought on Gavi for Sergio Roberto, which I thought, you know, fine, that's a nice sub. Gavi did really well off the bench, by the way. But then when Braithwaite got injured, you were thinking, hang on a minute, you know, maybe Coutinho will come on here, even Reymanai, but surely Yusuf Demir, you know, would come on in this position. But no, he brings on Nico, who essentially, guys, is our substitute to Busquets. So we were playing so defensively, and then even later on, guys, we brought on Oscar Mingueza for Antoine Griezmann, and we went to almost like this 5-4-1. And it was just so defensive with so little attacking threat. Memphis had a chance at the end that I think he should have scored. And maybe, you know, there were other chances here and there that Barcelona could have done better from. But overall, for me, that performance was so disappointing. I thought Getafe were good, give credit to them. We know they would be. I think that they like these sort of occasions coming to the Camp Nou, upsetting Barcelona. They clearly got under our skin with their side we don't particularly like playing. But it should have been far more comfortable for Barcelona. And I think we know if we were on our day today, we could have made this a nice victory, but believe me, we were not good enough today. And I think, you know, it's not too dissimilar to how we were against Athletic. I really don't think it is. I think the difference is we were at home today and Getafe just weren't as good as Athletic. It's that simple for me, and it's not good enough. It really isn't. It's worrying. You look after the international break, if it's not Sevilla in the first game back and that match is postponed, then it will be Bayern Munich. So that is just worrying in itself, guys. And the fact of the matter is, if we play like this, with this system, with these tactics, with the players underperforming like this, it's going to be a hard watch, guys. It really is. And I don't want to run, you know, pessimism into everyone here. We should be happy. It's 7 points out of 9. It's a good return. You know, we don't have Messi. It's been a tough summer, a rough summer, and it is going to be a rough year. So, you know, fair enough. We've got the victory today. But I think we can all agree, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think in the comments down below, because I feel as if that wasn't good enough today. It was really tedious to watch. Certain players are massively underperforming in this team. The tactical setup that I ramble on about every video because I just don't think it's good enough when I watch the other top teams around Europe. Compared to ours, we look so weak, honestly, we really do, and that is super worrying. So I think what we need is actions immediately, and that was ultimately why we wanted Jean Laporta back as president. So he now has got to prove himself. I think, you know, next transfer market, next summer, we've got to see serious changes right from the top to the bottom, and that is non-negotiable. And it's not nice to be saying that in match day 3, but the facts remain, and there is just no point hiding from it. Else we are just gonna, you know, paper over cracks and say, oh, you know, it's all fine, 2-1 win, we move on. You know, what a great victory, because it's a good win for Barca. It's an important win. It's a win we know we said we wanted, but the performance today and the signs we've seen from this Barcelona team, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with me, it's just not good enough. So that is where I will wrap up this match review. Please do leave your thoughts and comments down below, because I do think a lot of people will have stuff to say on this game, and I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say, honestly. So please leave your thoughts and comments down below. What did you think about everything? You know, the substitutions, the performance, some of our goals, our defending, you know, everything, Koeman for the future and whatnot. Leave any thoughts or comments down below. I'll be seeing you guys down there. Until then, international break now, so I'm not sure how many videos we'll be getting out over the next 2 weeks, but hopefully, you know, I'll drop a few here and there. So hopefully you guys, you know, enjoy a bit of a break maybe from football. I'll see you very soon, and goodbye.